Yeah, welcome everyone, Sanjuchi here. So with today's video, I wanted to discuss the possibilities of the coming chapters of Boruto. So of course, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and disclaimer to the anime only watchers or persons who aren't really into Boruto like that. This video will contain spoilers for the Boruto manga, so fair warning. But without further ado, of course, if you are a fan of Boruto, please do hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it, as we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, hopefully before the end of the year. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So with Boruto Manga Chapter 47, we have the revival of Isshiki Otsutsuki via the body of Jigen. Now, as it stands, I'm going to just go ahead and say it like this. I kind of feel like we're getting a mixed rehash of the Sasuke retrieval arc and the Pain Invasion arc, as in going forward. As we know, during the events of Chapter 47, Kawaki lost his Karma Seal for the most part, and honestly, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's either still secretly there, or as we know, based on the fact that he has a Karma in the flash forward, he's going to be marked with another Karma Seal by Isshiki, given the fact that we know Jigen's body isn't the suitable host that Isshiki was seeking at the end of the day. Now, it leads me to this. There's only a few moves that I can see Isshiki being willing to take going forward with the Boruto series. And one are the most logical move that he's going to make, given that we have Amado and Kashin Koji defecting to Konoha, is that Isshiki himself is going to go up against the forces of Konoha in the chapters to come. Now, what makes this the rehash of the old Sasuke retrieval arc on that side of things is that we know that more than likely Kawaki is going to have to be remarked by Isshiki. Isshiki is going to head to the village more than likely and retrieve Kawaki. Given that he no longer has a connection to Kawaki via the Karma Seal, he can't just teleport to Kawaki's location. So we do know he's going to more than likely have to go through the forces of Konoha, and given Amado, he more likely might make a prediction that Isshiki is going to be making his way there, which sets things up for a massive battle on the scale of like what we saw with the Pain Invasion arc. So hence why I believe it's going to be a mixed rehash of both of those arcs, where I feel at the end of it we might see Kawaki voluntarily going with Isshiki to get remarked, only for a number of dead bodies to be in Ishiki's past before that actually happens. So yeah, if I'm being honest, especially if you've been hearing the talk within the Boruto community that Kishimoto from a long time ago has given Kodachi the go-ahead for him to kill off a lot of persons, or not even a lot, but paraphrasing here, that it's okay for him to kill off persons from the old generation as he sees fits, as long as it progresses the story for the most part. So yeah, and I think this would be an interesting way to rank up the tension and the, it's fall in line with the theme of what Boruto is going to be going for, which is the slow descent into darkness, where the tone of the story is concerned. So having a character death actually happen right here going forward in a coming battle against Konoha, between Konoha and Isshiki, I think that would be a decent move, especially if we're gonna establish a parallel to the whole Sasuke retrieval arc, where even though the main characters had a lot of like victories in their matches against the Zone 4, like the characters still felt mostly defeated at that arc. And if a lot of our predictions are coming true, I would still expect that we're like still very close, relatively speaking, to the Boruto time skip. So having major losses before the time skip would really fall in line with the whole theme of rehashing like the Sasuke retrieval arc, if I'm predicting it right. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Now, I also want to talk about Ishiki's like possible next moves outside of that. We also know that Code is with the Ten Tails at the moment, and going back to a plot point that Isshiki himself basically mentioned to the Ten Tails, that he did plan to give Jigen, the vessel he was inhabiting, Jigen, to the Ten Tails at some point. So I think he's going to establish some sort of plan with Code beforehand and as well as, well, that problem might trickle down to the outer members of Kara as we go along as well. So yeah, and that will set up the other forces of Kara in the background more than likely. No, there's that side of things. No, that aside, it kind of goes back to what I was saying. The only other move I see Isshiki making is on Konoha itself, and I think through making this move we'll get to learn about the limitations of Isshiki. Granted, right now I would definitely say there's nobody in Konoha that can actually beat Isshiki, but given that his body isn't ideal, we'll more than likely learn about the limitations of an Otsutsuki taking a body that's not ideal for him, as well as learning why Kawaki, well, by extension learning why Kawaki is the ideal vessel. Yeah, he's been modified by scientific ninja tools, but I feel like Kodachi really needs to get into the whole nitty-gritty of why Kawaki is, you know, what makes him the perfect vessel for Isshiki. Because in the grand scheme of things, even though he's been modified, he's still in Boruto's age range. He might be like a year or two older, maybe, given that he's, you know, kind of taller. But yeah, I think that these are like a few things that Kodachi really needs to go in detail with. But beyond learning that and, you know, raising the stakes and tension, hopefully before the time skip, it kind of has to be handled properly. Because with Isshiki coming to the village, if that really and truly does happen, then I am expecting death in some shape or form. No, and of course, probably by the end of it, we'll get the temporary death of Isshiki again, maybe. But let's see how it goes for the most part. But for the most part, this video stands as a prediction to our speculation on what Ishiki's next move is going to be, because honestly, at this point, there's not much they can do power-wise against him. So let's see how it goes. But anyway, Sanju Uchiha, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and what do you think Ishiki's next move is going to be. As I said, personally, I foresee a battle with Konoha coming up. So that's all I have for this one. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next Boruto discussion.